Hi everyone, Officer Potak.
Hi, it's Officer Best, and here we're sitting by this wonderful mural in the 500 block of Front Street by the Caddy Mart. Somebody took it upon themselves to do this wonderful thing, and so we thought, what better place to sit and read? So today's book is Franklin and the Hero.
We all love Franklin.
I want to know who his hero is going to be.
You, Officer Best.
Franklin could count by twos and tie his shoes. He could say the alphabet without stopping, and he was learning how to read. His favorite books were about Dinah-Roo, the kangaroo superhero. Franklin wanted to be just like Dinah-Roo. One day, Franklin and Snail were reading Dinah-Roo to the rescue. "Look, Snail," cried Franklin. "Dinah-Roo pulls Koala out of the quicksand with one mighty tug." "Dinah-Roo's the best," Snail said happily. Franklin agreed. "I want to be as strong as she is. I want to be as fast," said Snail. Franklin had an idea.
Uh-oh.
"Let's play superheroes," he suggested. "I'm Turtle-Roo, strong enough to lift a truck. And I'm Dinah Snail," announced Snail, "faster than a speeding train."
Hello.
"Together we'll keep the world safe," declared Franklin, "just like Dinah-Roo." Turtle-Roo and Dinah Snail ran outside. They saved their snow fort from a terrible snow monster over and over again.
We don't gotta worry about snow for a while.
I didn't put my snowblower away yet, let me tell
Yeah,
you.
we never know with our state, you never know what weather you're gonna get from day to day.
Hours later, Franklin's mother called to them. "Turtle-Roo, Dinah Snail, come inside. I have a big surprise." When the superheroes were warm and dry, Franklin's mother told them the good news. Dinah-Roo will be autographing her new book at Mr. Heron's bookstore tomorrow morning. She said, "Do you know anyone who might like to go?" Franklin and Snail jumped up and down and gave each other a salute. For the rest of the afternoon, Franklin and Snail talked about Dinah-Roo. They reread all of Dinah-Roo's adventures and made their plans for the next day. They were both so excited they could hardly eat their dinner or fall asleep that night. Early in the morning, Franklin and Snail set off for the bookstore. As they rounded a bend in the path, they saw Mrs. Muskrat searching through the snow. "I dropped my house key," she explained, "and now I'm locked out. Can you help me find it?" Franklin looked at Snail. "But," Snail said. "Come on, Snail," Frank decided. "This shouldn't take two superheroes too long." Franklin was wrong. Of course he was. It wouldn't be Franklin. They dug and dug without finding the key. "We may not find it until the snow melts," Mrs. Muskrat said finally. "It's time to call off the search." Franklin and Snail breathed sighs of relief and turned to go. "If you could pile some snow under my window," continued Mrs. Muskrat, "maybe we could get in that way." "But Mrs. Muskrat," Franklin said, then stopped. Mrs. Muskrat was shivering. "She's been outside too long. Time to get in." So Franklin huffed and puffed and rolled a huge snowball to the kitchen window. He climbed on top and pushed and shoved until the window opened, just enough for Snail to crawl through. Up and over the ledge went Snail, across the countertop, down the wall, over the floor, and up the door. Finally, Snail turned the door handle.
I was just going to say, I have no
How is he
idea.
going to turn the door handle?
That's a very good question. Maybe he like sucks on it and throws his body down. I don't know.
We just use it. We do it the easy way. We just break down your door.
We'll get you in.
Hooray, shouted Franklin. This calls for hot chocolate and cake. Cake! Mrs. Muskrat had cake. Why couldn't I be there to get her door open?
So does that mean when we get somebody like in their locked car or in their house, they make us cake?
It should be a rule. That should just be an unwritten rule. Parents, if you lock yourselves out of your car or your house and we get you in,
We want cake.
would there be cake? Franklin and Snail looked at the kitchen clock. Thank you, Mrs. Muskrat, said Franklin, but you see, and he finally told her all about Dinah-Roo. Well then, off you go, said Mrs. Muskrat. I can't thank you both properly enough. That was really nice that they stopped and helped her, that they thought of her before they thought of themselves.
I agree. It's nice manners they have.
Exactly. Franklin and Snail hurried to town and rushed to the bookstore, but there was no one there. They had missed Dinah-Roo. Franklin's shoulders slumped, and Snail started to cry. As they turned to go, Mr. Heron came out of the back room. We've been waiting for you, he said with a smile. Mr. Heron stepped aside, and there was Dinah-Roo. Franklin and Snail gasped in amazement. I couldn't leave until I met two real-life heroes, Dinah-Roo announced. Franklin and Snail were confused. Mrs. Muskrat phoned and told us what happened, explained Mr. Heron. You are both heroes to her. And sometimes it's the little things that you do that may not mean anything to you, but to somebody else who really is in a pinch, it means the world to them.
Absolutely correct.
But we were just pretending to be heroes, said Franklin. Real heroes are super fast and super strong. Sometimes they are, agreed Dinah-Roo, but there are other ways to be a hero. Franklin thought for a moment. Then he smiled. I never knew that helping someone could make you a hero, he said. Dinah-Roo gave both Franklin and Snail a copy of her new book, Dinah-Roo's Jungle Adventure. Inside each was a dedication from Dinah-Roo. Franklin read his aloud. To Franklin, my heroic friend. Franklin and Snail gave Dinah-Roo a big hug, and Mr. Heron took everyone's picture.
Good morning.
Later that night, when Snail's family had left and Mrs. Muskrat's cake was all gone, of course it was, Franklin went to bed with his new book and a flashlight. He planned to read the whole story, but soon he was sound asleep. Even superheroes need their rest. And that concludes Franklin and the hero. I don't know, you got a hero?
I'm not sure, to be honest. I never even thought about it. I'm sure I do. I'll have to think of a story. But what's important to know is that everybody can be a hero.
Sure.
You don't have to have a police uniform or a firefighter or somebody in power. Anybody can be a hero.
Yep.
You help somebody else out, you're a hero.
Not all heroes wear capes. Not
Correct.
all heroes wear a badge.
Correct.
You know, you get up in the morning, you empty the dishwasher for your mom or your dad,
That's right.
you're a hero. That's one less thing they have to do.
That's right.
You go to school every day, you behave yourself, you do your work, you're your teacher's hero for the day. So, I'll tell you what, I'd like to know from you, when you get done seeing this, if you have a minute, put it in the comment section and let us know who your heroes are. You know, is it a superhero from a comic book or a TV series? Is it a person in history? Who could it be? Let us know.
Idea.
Let us know. Having said that, be well, be safe, and make sure you always wash your hands.
Bye.
Bye.